Hello, this is Vivian. Welcome to Bear Hug Kitchen. Today we're going to make some steamed ribs. If you like a rich, juicy, and spicy meat, you may want to try this one. We use spare ribs because they have the perfect ratio of fat and meat. During the cooking, that fat doesn't just release a good flavor, but also makes the meat incredibly succulent. Let's start it. First, we prepare the ribs. The traditional practice is to cut them short and remove most of the meat. Just leave a thin layer of meat on the bone and serve as a small dish. For home cooking, we can ask the butcher to cross-cut the rack into 3 segments. We can find this dish in almost all the dim sum or Cantonese food restaurants. They will be trimmed and cut into tiny pieces and steamed in a bamboo steamer. They are served as one of the most popular dim sum. Since we are going to serve it as a main dish today, so we don't remove the big chunk of meat on the bone. We just slice them between the bones, and then we're going to put them into a big enough pan or dish for marinade. Now we make the marinade. For this recipe, we use rice wine, salt, sugar, sesame oil, some fermented black beans. You can find it in Asian supermarket. We call it 豆豉. We use some as a flavoring agent. It brings a very special layer of umami to the dish. We have 5 basic tastes. The first 4 we are very familiar with. They are sweet, bitter, salty, and sour. Umami is the 5th basic taste. We can find it in mushrooms, some fish, for example sardine, soy sauce, aged cheese, and our black beans. Then we add some dry chili flakes and cornstarch, and some finely grated garlic, and then we mix them well. Now we're ready to do the marination. Since I have 1.5 kilogram ribs here, I use a spoon to distribute the marinade and brush them, mix until well coated. If you have, let's say, 500 gram ribs, you can simply pour it over the ribs and mix them. Or you can put the ribs into a Ziploc bag and add the marinade. Zip up and shake it. Now we cover it with film and send it to the fridge for at least 2 hours, or overnight if you plan to cook it the day after. I will cook half of it after 2 hours and cook the remaining tomorrow. After 2 hours, we're ready to cook. We put 2 liters of water into a big pot and bring to a boil. Meanwhile, we slice some bird chilies and sprinkle them on the ribs. We work in batches. Place the ribs in the steamer, cover it and steam until they're tender and juicy, about 25 to 30 minutes. Now we can remove the cover. Beware of the steam, it's super hot. You may want to wear some oven gloves. So now we can take out the ribs and serve them hot. They are tender, juicy, and have this pungent taste that packs a punch. As you can see, they release some beautiful juice. They taste great when served with some plain rice. If you think the bird's chili is too spicy, you can put less and see how it goes. But try not to skip it. It may look red and intimidating, but this final touch gives a powerful kick and maybe even make you sweat. But you would not be disappointed. Thank you for watching and see you next time.